Oh hey, I didn't see you come in. Welcome back to Chunk Hunt. Join me as we unlock the old school RuneScape map one chunk at a time by completing clue scrolls. This is my story, so let's get into it. Welcome back to Chunk Hunt, everybody. I'm really glad to see you again. Things have been a little bit quieter than usual over this last month on my channel, so I do apologise for that, but there will be a lot of videos coming out this month. So if you're not subscribed already, then hit that button to make sure you don't miss them, and drop a like on the video. That would be really appreciated. Just quickly pet the dog. There's a good doggy. Anyway, last time we completed our first Skotizo KC on the account and physically attacked Verf with the first drop that we got, which was absolutely insane. We're still after that whip today and we're hunting clue scrolls via Slayer, so let's get into it. So we're starting off today's video with a pretty nice level. You know the drill at this point on the series. We are still grinding Slayer and we are still going for the whip so that we can finally officially play the game again. But we've got a nice milestone to get started with. Level 75 Slayer has been achieved. We can now kill gargoyles, which is honestly absolutely huge. Never again is money going to be an issue for the account. There they are, gargoyles, looking real good. Okay, we've got a potentially pretty nice chunk unlock here. Let's just do a quick emote and talk to Uri. And he's given us the casket, which is very awesome because we're actually in the chunk where you can complete Mountain Daughter. So I brought all of the stuff needed to complete the quest with me so we could just do it straight away before we leave the chunk. So let's pop this casket down in the corner over here and we'll open it up after we finish the quest. Okay, so I guess we can't do Mountain Daughter because there's one small tiny part where you've got to leave the chunk. So never mind, it was good while it lasted. We got a little bit of progress and the chunk is unlocked for the future and we got a casket. So let's just open it up. Oh shit, Armadillo Play Body. That's pretty cool. That's definitely pretty cool. It's not something that we really need. I would have preferred a Bandos one because that is something that we need for a master clue later on down the line, but it's still pretty nice to have the collection log filling up. Beautiful. Still on the same Slayer task, cheeky little hard clue, and when we defeat this gosh darn wizard, we will be unlocking a new chunk. And there is the casket. Wonderful news. So this is the Arendar Pass, not a particularly useful chunk, not one that we're ever really going to find ourselves returning to for any reason other than to finish more clue scrolls, but it's okay. Let's open up the casket. Wow. Alright, and we are about to finish our 100th Slayer task, so a few points are going to be coming in just a moment. There we go, 100 Slayer tasks completed, 300 points, giving us a total of 474. Beautiful. Let's take a look at this clue and get ourselves another task. It looks like we've got a pretty interesting clue right here. We need to play the song Rock and Roll, and if we check the hint here, the track unlocks during My Arm's Big Adventure quest. Now, the specific music track actually unlocks during the boss battle right at the end of the quest where you fight the giant rock, which is like a bird. So we're going to have to do most of My Arm's Big Adventure. And the thing that's exciting about that is before we can even start that quest, we have to do Edgar's Ruse, we have to finish the Troll Stronghold, and we have to do the Feud quest. Now, all three of those quests are going to unlock us something pretty important. So overall, a very nice clue to get. And we have all of the requirements we need to do all of those. So as per the rules of the game, we get to do those quests as exceptions. So let's go get them done. The Feud is completed. And that's pretty important because we finally have a shop in the game where we can buy lore runes now. And I know that we've managed to collect quite a few on our travels, but it's just nice to know that I won't ever have to worry about running out of them again. So that's a very nice thing to have. And there is Edgar's Ruse completed as well, which means we can use the Trollheim teleport spell if we're doing clue scrolls up in that area, or if we ever actually unlock the Troll Stronghold chunk, that's going to be extremely useful. 11,000 Herblore XP as well, lovely, and that's level 50 Herblore. Alright, we're heading into the final area for My Arms Big Adventure, where you have to fight the giant rock boss. Now, we should unlock the music track the second we enter that instance, so I'm not actually going to be fighting the boss, we're just going to teleport away straight away because this isn't an unlocked chunk, and as soon as we have completed the quest requirement to do our clue step, we're not on an exception anymore, so we are not going to be able to finish the actual quest itself. Okay, no music track so far, but this is only the baby rock. The big giant one will come out in a moment, and I think that is where the music track gets unlocked. Okay, there we go. Music track rock and roll has been unlocked. Let's get out of here. Beautiful. Right, let's go and complete our clue step. Oh, Cecilia, I know you love the song. Thank you for my next clue. Well, we got the casket down here in the Yanil dungeon, which is, I guess, pretty cool. No new chunk unlocked, but what's in the casket? That sure is a hard casket. Okay, so I got a Dragon Medium Helm from Black Demons. So that is a new best in slot melee helmet. Very nice indeed. I think this actually works quite well for a range helmet as well, because it doesn't give us any negative range bonus. It just doesn't give any positives at all. So it's like probably a little bit worse than the Coif for safe spotting, but better in basically every other situation. So that's pretty cool. I don't know how rare this is from Black Demons, but I'm pretty cool with it. You know, I'm pretty happy about this. So guys, the time has come where I'm gonna need to take you aside to talk about the rules of my series. This is going to be another one of those deep dives into a very specific situation and rule of the account. So if you don't care about that, then you can skip ahead to the time on screen now. But for those care, let's do a little bit of woodcutting and let's talk about the endgame chunk wheel. There are a number of chunks that contain high level or extremely useful content which cannot be unlocked using normal chunk hunt rules because there are no clue steps inside of them. This means that content like Theatre of Blood, Vorkath, Demonic Gorillas, and all sorts of other stuff like that would simply be inaccessible for Chunks McClue and anybody else playing along with the series. Personally, I didn't think this was an issue, and I still don't. However, when the series first began, there was a lot of demand for these chunks to be unlockable somehow, whether it be through a point system, or through duplicate chunks, or whatever else. So I decided to cave into pressure and implement a system to unlock chunks that the amazing people in my Discord server and the comment section agreed were important enough to warrant an exception for, and thus was born the endgame chunk wheel. The way that it worked is that all chunks that would be needed for an important piece of content would be added to a random item picker wheel, and each time you completed either 50 or 100% of a clue tiers collection log, then you would get to spin the wheel and unlock whatever chunk it landed on. This seemed okay at the time, however over the months it became pretty clear that completing clue scroll collection logs takes an obscene amount of time, and as you would often need multiple spins to unlock a single piece of content, such as Demonic Gorillas where you need 3 chunks in total to complete Monkey Madness 2 and also unlock the gorillas themselves, myself and the community of chunk hunters decided that we needed to change it up a little bit. So we have updated the wheel. We still need to complete 50% or 100% of a clue scroll tiers collection log to have a spin on the wheel, but when you do spin, instead of getting one single chunk, you unlock a piece of content, giving you whichever chunks are needed for that content, which would otherwise be inaccessible through normal chunk hunt rules. So if we go back to the Demonic Gorillas as an example, if we were to get 50% of the medium clue collection log, for example, and spin the wheel with it landing on the Monkey Madness 2 pack, then we would get these 3 chunks shown on screen now, which makes Monkey Madness 2 and therefore Demonic Gorillas accessible with chunk hunt accounts. Now, unlocking these chunks does not mean that we have instant access to the content, however. we still need to unlock any other chunks that would be needed through regular gameplay. For example, if we spun the wheel and unlocked Monkey Madness 2-pack, but still hadn't gotten a hard casket in our Wogie's Palace, then we would still need to get one and unlock that chunk through regular chunk hunt gameplay before we could complete the quest, as that chunk can be unlocked with clue scrolls, and therefore is not included in the free chunks that we got from the wheel. Okay, I know that was a mouthful and probably quite confusing, but I do hope that it made sense. We spent a long time making sure that this would work as a way of unlocking otherwise inaccessible content and also rewarding collection log completions within the community. Oh, and because the content on the wheel isn't all necessarily end game, it also includes useful or practical chunks, we've renamed it to the Collection Log Reward Wheel. Now, there's one more loose end to tie up with the wheel, and that is that I, along with other chunk hunters, have already spun on the old wheel in the past, but only unlocked one chunk, as that was the system before. So within the community, again, we agreed that we would be able to check previous chunks from the wheel to see which group of chunks they belong to now, and unlock any that would fall within the same group if we spun the wheel today. So for me, I've spun the wheel twice before, unlocking the Boat Outside Sleep chunk and the East Varrock chunk. Today, those chunks fall within the Mauritania PVM group and the Varrock East group of chunks, and that lets me unlock just one more chunk, which is the Theatre of Blood. Not something I'll be able to partake in for a long time, but very nice to have when that time comes. Again, if you would like to view the whole discussion and decision-making process as well as the descriptions of every option on the Collection Log Reward Wheel, you can do this in my Discord server, the link to which is in the description below. We'd love to see you down there. Okay, so now that that is all out of the way, it's time to take a look at my collection log, because after having this discussion with my community, I decided to check my own Clue Unique log. We had previously completed 50% of the beginner and the easy collection logs. However, what I didn't realize until now is that we also have 50% of the shared collection log unlocked as well. And if you've been paying attention, you'll know that means we get to have a spin on the Collection Log Reward Wheel and unlock some new chunks. So let's move over to the wheel and let's give it a spin. All right, here we go. Okay, and it looks like we are going to be unlocking Wintertodt. Let's go get that unlocked on the map right now. So that is potentially a very useful unlock for us. We could get ourselves a cheeky little phoenix pet. A lot of seeds for farming actually is going to be the most useful thing that we can get for us from Wintertodt. And it's also quite a useful way for us to train fire making, because although we've got all the quest requirements for the skill, we are eventually going to need to get level 90 fire making so that we can burn a redwood log for a Sherlock step anyway. So that's a good chunk to have unlocked. We don't actually need anything from it right now though. So for now, we are just going to continue with Slayer and hope for some more clues and some more delicious chunks. Okay, and there's a casket coming in from a hard clue scroll. Lovely to see it from those beautiful gargoyles over there. And that's going to unlock us the very top of Fossil Island, which gives us access to seaweed, as well as the house on the hill for the dig site pendant, which we can unlock now, or we could if we could actually get up there, because the entrance is in a chunk over here. So maybe we can't get there right now, but it's okay. Let's just open up the casket and see if there's anything nice inside. Okay, Guthix D'hide body, can't complain there, nice to see it. It would be good to get some God D'hide legs or boots instead, or maybe even a coif, but for now, that's a pretty cool item. I know I'm not showing very much of the Slayer, but I figure these sort of clips are a little bit more interesting because we've got a clue scroll in a potentially very important chunk here. If we unlock this chunk right here, that also unlocks the Dark Mage, so we'll be able to turn our regular old smelly rubbish Ivan staff into an upgraded Ivan staff, which holds 2,500 charges and is actually worth using. So let's have a quick dig right here. Oh, yes. Yes, we got it, boys. We got it. It's going to be pretty difficult to get back here without another clue scroll, so that's why it's important that we imbue and upgrade this staff right now while we're here. Okay, let's talk to the Dark Mage. Can you upgrade my Staff of Iburn? Yes, I can. It will cost you 200,000 gold coins. There we go. And that is done. Perfect. Iburn Staff U. This is a huge upgrade for us. It's actually a really good spell. Max hit of 25, and it hits that quite often as well. So very, very happy with this. Let's also open up the casket and see what's inside. Nothing, but I don't care. It's all about the staff, baby. And another potential new chunk coming in right here. We had a few clues in the bank, so I've just been taking care of them real quick. And we got the casket as well. That's 2 chunks basically back to back. And that is very, very cool because we are unlocking quite a good chunk of Karamja now. So yeah, very nice to see that. And you know what? As a reward for unlocking a new chunk, we're going to open all 3 of these caskets right now. So let's start with the beginner. Okay, the easy. Okay, and the medium. Okay, all right, so the time has come. We have arrived at Wintertodt. We're going to be going through the doors of Din in just a moment. Now, as you can see, we don't have the best warm gear, but you know, we've got a little bit of a nice outfit here. You only need 4 pieces of warm clothing to receive the maximum damage reduction possible from the Wintertodt. So we have got a fire cape, a Halloween jumper, a fire battle staff, and a rainbow scarf. And I think, you know, we're looking pretty snazzy. Well, there's the first game of Wintertodt completed, and I promise you that that is going to be probably the last full game that you see. We're going to be stacking up a lot of these supply crates for a lovely, beautiful opening in a little while. Can we get any more combat achievements? We've gotten so many so far. Let's just open this one up and just see if we get anything nice from the first crates. Some Avantos seeds, some U-logs, and some runite ore. Very nice. The perfect Wintertodt crate. So I'm going to be honest here, I got bored of Wintertodt so quickly and I just decided to go back to Slayer, and I'm so glad that I did because we are on step number 6 of a hard clue scroll, which is requiring us to go and speak to the strange old man at Barrows. And if you know anything about clue scrolls, you know that step 6 on a hard clue is always the final step, which means we're going to be unlocking Barrows, everybody. And that's why I brought all this gear with me, so that we can try and get a few runs in, because it is going to be very difficult for us to get back here without getting another clue scroll that leads us here. So while we are in the area, we're going to do our first few Barrows runs. Maybe it'll only be 1. I don't know how many I'm going to be able to get in, but we're going to do as many as possible. And there we go. There is the casket. That feels so good, man. That's so awesome. Right, let's unlock this chunk. Oh yes, Barrows has been unlocked. That is, oh my god, that's so good. I've wanted this chunk for so long. So we're going to let our run energy regenerate because we are going to be needing it. And we'll open up this casket when we finish with our runs. Hey, there we go. There's a first little combat achievement for defeating Zarok. Lovely. I think if I could choose any piece of gear to get from this Barrows run, or just to get first, it would probably be a tank body or a tank helm, something to improve my fairly meager defense stats that we do have for our upper body. I'm also so glad that we managed to upgrade this Iburn staff before we got this chunk. It's such a powerful magic weapon. Okay, and that is all of the brothers defeated. Lovely. I think I'm just going to go for 100% loot potential here. I don't see any reason why we should go any less than that. Oh, look at that. And the room is right here as well. Might as well use prayer while I've got it. We'll definitely be running out of prayer in this room. Oh, there we go. Already gone. Oh my god, look at the animation for Iburn's blast. A little skull appears. I've never noticed that before. All right, there's 100% loot potential. Let's just drop a couple of these sharks here and open up our very first ever Barrows chest. Are we going to get lucky? 3k. Whatever, man, whatever. Come on, let's get a bit of a better chest this time. 16k again. It's just not good, is it? It's just not good. We've had 2 very poor chests, like under 20k value between 2 chests. Let's see if this third one makes up for it. Come on, let's go. Okay, we got some bolt racks. I mean, not useful for us unless we get the Carol's crossbow. But definitely a better chest. 31k for that one. And a few runes, a few blood runes. Can't complain there. Okay, we are out of fire runes, and also we don't have very much food left either. So this is going to be the last Barrows run. Let's hope that it's worth it. Come on, 100%, all brothers killed. Let's go. It wasn't worth it. 4 Barrows chests with a total of 74k worth of value. Okay. And that is where we're going to leave things for today, guys. In the next video, we'll be getting really stuck into Barrows and unlocking a more reliable travel method to get there. Thank you so much for watching. It really means a lot to me, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.